Hi guys, Roseann White here. It's a Workout Wednesday for all you wellness warriors. So welcome to our Life Pro live training session. And I'm going to wait a couple minutes to let social media do its thing and get you guys on board here and talk about today. We're going to talk about better balance with core strength. So I want to welcome you and thank you for tuning in. If you are new to Life Pro, I'm going to be talking about several different products. If you're part of our VIP family, again, I want to welcome you to this live. And you guys in the VIP family know that we've got a whole library. I've got, about 200 recorded videos using all sorts of Life Pro equipment to help you, whether it's balance, strength, stability, flexibility, endurance. Life Pro's got you covered. And today in our live, which will be recorded, by the way, all our lives are recorded and they'll be stored in the YouTube Life Pro library, if you will. You can always refer back to it. I also am going to send in the chat a recording I did last September while I was in California. It was definitely more of an educational training, the first half of it, the first half hour or so, about balance. And this one's going to be a little more practical in its application from the get-go. I could talk for a long time on why balance is important and how to do it, but I want to show you how to do it. So we're going to jump right ahead and talk about some of the Life Pro products that can help you with core strength for better balance. So again, if you're in the VIP family, if you've bought any Life Pro products and you've joined our VIP family, you have access to this library. If you're watching on YouTube and are not a member of the family, just keep doing the search in Life Pro under specific things. You can put Life Pro Roseann, Life Pro Amber, Life Pro Debbie, and pick a topic. And chances are we've got you covered on that. So grab some water here. So today I have a bunch of different equipment. I actually did a live last week on the FlexFit. And this product, even though it's meant for cardiovascular training, you can use this product to help with core strength and balance. I also have the Horizon Balance Trainer, which is another amazing product, a little more instability. So if you are a beginner in balance training on the half ball, if you will, or the Horizon Balance Trainer, it's going to be a little more challenging for you. But if you're not, it's all about practice. I also have, and you can't see it, let me grab a sip of water. I've got the AeroFlex 4-in-1 bench, or a step bench, if you will, that you can use as well. So you can see it's got the legs on it, but this 4-in-1 product, you can use a half dome. See that shape, that half dome, to make it for balance. You can use the half moons, then put on each side. I'm not going to actually put these on today. Well, maybe I will. It depends how time goes. Hi, Diana. Glad that you can join me here. And then, of course, one of my favorite, probably like the most used piece of equipment, even though I use so much Life Pro product, is the Waver Mini. I'm going to share a lot of things on this as well. And let's see, the last piece of equipment I have is the Squat Wedge Pro. Okay, so they comes in two. They're a pair of two. They're heavy duty cast iron, I believe, or metal. You can use one or two. So let's start our session with basically the thought of balance. Everyone is looking for balance. I have lots of clients up to right now 84 years old that are so worried about their balance. And maybe you're not that old. Maybe you're in your 20s or 30s or 40s that had an injury and it's setting you off, that you don't have that stability or mobility. Maybe you're dealing with neuropathies and different things on your feet that's causing imbalance. So there's a lot of different reasons. It could be from birth, it could be from surgeries, it can be from injuries, it can be from old age. There's a lot of reasons. And I think one of my I guess I call it one of my mottos is that it's all about creating balance. We're always looking for balance. We never really achieve balance, even like that in life, right? We're always looking for balance, but life happens and we're always kind of out of balance. But that's okay. It's a practice. So the first thing I want all of you to do before you even think about using any equipment is to I'm going to grab this. Grab yourself a towel, okay? This is one of my Life Pro towels. It's all about posture, guys. If you do not have good alignment, chances are you're going to be more challenged with your balance. So before I put you on any of this equipment, you got to make sure you're in check. So most of us, especially for technology, with our technology, most of us are looking at phones, at our iPads, at computers, we're driving. So we're getting more and more and more of this stuff going. So this 6-8 pounds of weight is going to stress this part of our back, right? So as soon as I zip up everything and get ears, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles in some normal sense of alignment, my spine, my cervical spine has a curve, my thoracic spine has a curve, my lumbar has a curve, sacrum. So we have curves. Some of you have bigger curves than others based on lordosis, kyphosis, things like that. But we all have curves that balance out. So as soon as one part of the equation is off, the pelvis is forward or the butt is back. I mean, as soon as this happens, we're going to try to find balance. Our body naturally is going to try to find balance. Then put yourself on a vibration platform or the balance trainer, and that it just amps up the instability. But that's why we train for life when it happens. I'm going to share a quick story before I get into this, but while I'm going to share the story, here's what I want you to do. Take this towel. This is not time wasted. Trust me when I say this. Take the towel and put it behind your neck. So I'm putting it behind my cervical spine, and I'm not going to pull too far, but I'm going to give a little tug so that my shoulder blades can drop back, okay? If you're round shouldered, right? So I'm going to pull that towel so my neck goes back, and you see naturally my elbows go to their natural alignment there. So at least I've got a good chance of keeping my head over my shoulders now. Now, while you do that, chances are, if you were like this and you pulled, the abdominals come up and in. So when I'm talking about core, I'm not just talking about your belly. Okay, I'm not talking about the transverse abdominis or the rectus or the obliques. I'm talking about core, meaning your glutes, your back muscles, your front muscles, even your pushing muscles. All of these are your core muscles. So we're going to stay in alignment here. So I want you to stand here with me and look down at your feet. I might move around. That's my nervous habit there, but I want you to look down at your feet. Let's do it while we're standing on the platform. Making sure the toes over the knees in line with hip joint and upright. So I have a client who just got a hip replacement, and he really has a lot of instability because of the hip replacement. And he went to someone and they told him, oh, he should start practicing doing these single leg hinges for his balance. Well, this guy has no stability. So before he can start bringing his head forward and his leg back, he's got to get that joint stronger, that core muscle of his hips. So I told him to practice balance. So he comes back the next week, he goes and said, I practiced my balance 3 times last week. And I'm like, 3 times? How many times a day do you brush your teeth? My hope is at least twice, right? He said, yeah, at least twice. I go, okay, well, you should be practicing your balance at least twice, if not 3 or 4 times a day. And how simple is that to be able to get in good alignment, put the towel behind your head or not, and then start picking up a knee? Well, you think that would be easy for someone who got instability in his hip? Heck no. He couldn't do this. He could not stand with his knee lifted as high as his hip joint. Let me show you that from the side. He could not stand like this. I mean, he couldn't do it at all, let alone look around and move his arms around. So back to the drawing board, folks, before we start going on to all these fun toys that are awesome. And I say toys lovingly, you know that. Before we go into anything, we've got to think about what are we doing? It starts at the feet and ends with the head and everything in between. So I'm going to remove my towel, but If you don't have any of this equipment and you're just listening to me, hang out with me, stand here, and just keep this towel behind your neck, and you might feel amazing things happen from hip bone to hip bone. You might notice that when you do this, your butt muscles actually fired up, or as one of my trainer's friends says, your butt gets online. It's not hanging out there now. You really feel it. You might feel your calf muscles are working because they haven't been. Okay, so just standing with this towel a couple times a day without doing anything is going to be step number one. I have about 9 or 10 things I'm going to show you to do once we get involved with the workout itself. But no, step number one is posture. The 4 P's: posture, proprioception, where is your head in relation to your feet, feeling your feet, practice and programming. In the link I'm going to share with you, it's going to go talk in detail about the 4 P's of good balance. So I'm not going to go into that now. So grab either your squat wedge pro or your incline X board and start feeling your feet, okay? Feel your heel toe. So I'm just standing here and dropping my heel and toe, and I'm just going to bend and straighten my leg a little bit and get a stretch. Now, if you don't have this product, you can put your foot up against your Weber. You can put your foot up against your treadmill, and I want you to start feeling a stretch, a flex at a point in your feet. Better yet, get on your one of your walking pads. I'm going to kind of go all around the place with a lot of this stuff, guys, so just hopefully you'll follow me in this. So this is the Flex Fit. It's got handrails in case you don't feel stable. I'm going to put it at, no, not even 1.0. I'm going to put it at 0.7. It's really slow. And I'm going to start heel and toe. I'm going to roll through my feet. Now, once I start doing this, slowly I'm going to let go and start heel and toeing. This can be very scary for someone who doesn't have good balance if you tend to just slide your feet. So heel toe it, okay? So that means you can walk around with the towel behind your neck in your house or outside. It's a beautiful day. Walk, heel toe, and get the feel of transferring weight from one foot to the other and get that natural feeling of all your muscles in your legs, not looking down at the ground, but looking ahead. That's the second thing people do. They look down at the ground when they're walking because they're afraid they're going to trip over something. Well, if your eyes gaze forward, you'll see what's ahead. Okay, so start heel toeing. Now, if you're on your Flex Fit and you've warmed your ankles up, okay, I'll work on this first and I'll move around. I'm going to start bringing a knee up. Now, I'm holding on with one hand right now just to get the feel of my knees coming up. Maybe your knees don't come up that high, but I want you to. I want you to try to get those knees up as high as you can so you don't strain the hip flexor and put stress on your back. Start working these lower abdominal muscles. So pick that knee all the way up, even if you have to grab your knee, right? And then you start letting go and you walk. This treadmill or this Flex Fit is at 0.7. You might want to be at 0.5 where we started at, really nice and slow. But just get that feel of picking up your feet when you're walking. That is practicing balance and core work. Because I'm not going to show you a bad example because I'll fall. But if my head were to come forward or I'm just dropping it down, which I'm not going to, I could lose my balance. But now my head is up, my knees are up, I can look around, and I'm going to challenge my balance. I just hit that. I'm going to challenge my balance as I look around. I'm bringing my knees up pretty darn high. I just hit this rail twice. Okay. And breathe. Now, another way you can challenge balance is move your arms, move your head, and walking. This is a great way to challenge your balance. Move one arm, move another. All your core muscles are kicking in to keep you. All your proprioception is kicking in to feel your feet, feel the moving earth. This is a great practice for balance. Then, maybe you do this let me grab this. maybe you do this about 5 minutes. I'm going to shut it off. For your warm up on your walking pad. And then after you've practiced walking with the knees up and the heel toe, then you can go into your normal walk and get your steps in. So what a great way to practice your balance every day when you get on your walking pad. So that's my first tip of how to practice it. Again, if you don't have a walking pad, put the towel behind your head, walk down the aisle or hallway in your house, walk around your house. It's going to be a little more challenging because the ground might not be smooth, but go get into that experience of heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. You can actually stand here on your platform. I'm not turning it on right now, but you can stand on your platform and be careful you're not swinging your hips. Your hips are still and you're rolling through your ankles. Feel that tippy toe. Feel that heel coming down. Okay, so you really can engage these muscles. This is a lot of work for your feet, but this is the base for your balance. I cannot emphasize that enough. Okay, so I talked a little bit about using the Squat Wedge Pro or the Incline Next to do some of your work there. I'm going to move this aside. Now, if you decide, and I guess I will change this, if you have the Aeroflex, you take off the legs, and you put in the, I guess it's the half dome, we'll call it. Flop that on there. Locks in place. My little handles came out of it because I'm holding it upside down, which was silly of me to do. So now I've created a very unstable environment. Okay, I can either stand on this and go side to side. Now my hips will move here, side to side, one side, other side. I love this for ankle mobility, side to side. Where's your head? Chest is up, abdominals are pulled in. Or I can turn it and go front to back. So this is, again, my ankles, right? Heels down, toes down. I've got to recruit a lot of different lower abdominal muscles and glute muscles, calf muscles, quads, hamstrings. Or I can go around the world, and I want to show you this one. I hope you can see it. Can you see this enough? I'm bending my knees, and I'm going to go heel, right, toes, left, heel, right, toes, left. And you're going to see, we called around the world for a reason. You're going to see how I'm turning around in this room. Breathing in, breathing out. Crown of the head reaching to the sky, tailbone reaching down, abdominals are pulled in, chest is lifted, and I'm just rolling around all the way. And I can feel one area that doesn't like to move as much as another area in my ankle, and that's a good cue for me to practice in that area right here. I have history of sprains in my right ankle, and it doesn't want to move as well. So, oops, let me go left, right, center, and down. Let me get all the way around to see you guys. Oh, here I go, other direction. Okay, so have fun with this. Okay, take it around. Now, if you do not have the Aeroflex, fear not. The Horizon Balance Trainer. So when I step on this, you can see I'm already losing my balance a little bit. So I want to find the center, and I have a little bit of space. I'm not too close together. That makes my base narrower and a lot more work. So I want to kind of go a little bit into the center of it. Now you can do this with shoes off. I'm keeping my shoes on today so you can see my feet, but I'm going to do that same around the world. I'm going to work into my ankles, my toes. I'm making my calves and my quads work, and then I'll reverse it. So in theory, these are warm-ups for some of us, but for others, this is a workout because this is going to be challenging. Maybe you step near a wall. But you notice I'm not holding on to things, and that's kind of my suggestion. If you really are terrified about falling, please be near a wall. I want you to honor your fear, okay? But know that if you're flailing arms around in the beginning, that is not going to help you catch balance. I actually use my arms to create instability. I want instability. So I want you to think about pulling. If your hip bones are here, you're pulling your navel 3 inches below your belly button is where your center of your core, your transverse abdominis, you pull it in and up. Okay, so you're zipping up. I didn't really tighten my butt muscles. I pulled my belly in, lifted the collarbones, ears over shoulders, and now I'm in my alignment. But you can see this is not a flat surface. So as I move, all my instability of my joints, which should be moving freely, are being challenged. Now, if I add one weight to this, if I go unilateral, let's do that. I'm gonna add 5 pounds, not a big deal. Whoop. If I add 5 pounds to this, I'm gonna completely feel the opposite side of my body working to counterbalance the movement. So you might see in many of my workouts that I'll do one arm at a time rather than 2, just for that reason. So core strength plus muscle strength by adding a weight to it. Any kind of range of motion. I can do a bicep curl. I can do the hammer curl. I can do a tricep extension. I can do all these things as long as I'm thinking head over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over knees. We can go further. We can take it more challenging, tipping forward and doing some other things with it, but I'm not going to go that. I'm trying to talk basics here because it starts with fundamentals. Feeling confident that you could be on here and look around. Even though I got an extra 5 pounds of weight here, I can move it around and I don't have to worry about falling. I will say this to you about maybe 10 more times on this video. It is a practice. Totally a practice. And it doesn't have to be for 30 minutes. Although you always hear me say, I'd like you to do at least 20 to 30 minutes of aerobics daily. This is a 2 to 3 minutes here, 2 to 3 minutes there. I get to practice it, okay? So once you start working your feet, and I can really feel that my ankles got some movement here in my calves. I can feel that my muscles already had been firing up, but they're not fatigued. So we're going to go into, I'm going to use the vibration platform for the rest of the demo, but know this. You can use, if you don't have a vibration platform, but you have a walking pad, they've got some rails here. You can stand on your rails and practice your balance. This is a really nice way. So everything I do on the vibration platform, you could practice on a walking pad. You can really up your game a lot by practicing it on the Horizon Balance Trainer, which is going to be a lot more challenging. But for the sake of vibration platform being kind of universal for the Life Pro family, I think I'll have to ask Joel one of these days, what's the biggest selling product? I thought it was the sauna blanket, but then someone said it was the Oculux. But I don't know. I think every home should have at least one vibration platform. So I'm going to move a few things aside to give you some room, just a little room. Plus, this is the time of the day where the sunshine comes in. Now, if you have the Rumlux Pro 4D, it's got a bit of a curved platform on it, right? If you've got some knee issues, that is not your platform. You want a flat platform. I'm choosing the Waver Mini right now just for ease of operation. For any platform, that is perfect. Same thing with programs. What's my favorite program? I don't know. Honestly, I change it up all the time because life always brings changes. I don't stick to one thing, and I want you to challenge yourself, get out of your comfort zones. So before I put the platform on, let's talk some basics, okay? Again, You don't have to have the vibration platform on because some of these things will be challenging in itself. Okay. I'm going to take, where's my band? There it is. I have so much black equipment in this studio, I can never find everything. Okay, I'm taking the heavy duty band that comes with the vibration platforms. You could use the red, the yellow, it doesn't really matter. I feel pretty strong, so I'm going to go this route, but that's just, if I could use the red one, same thing. So what we're going to first do is I'm going to put this on. Put this on my shoes, over my ankles. And again, you could have the vibration platform on. I'm going to fire it up eventually, but I just want to start with this. So when you're standing on your platform, a little bit of tension is all I'm looking for. Remember that towel, okay? Standing on your platform with soft knees is a perfect opportunity to work on balance. I'm not looking for anything fancy except standing here. So you got your towel, you're breathing, you got your platform on, and you've got a little bit of abduction from center. Here's where the challenge gets. You look to the left, you look to the right, you look up, you tuck your chin and your eyes look down. You start moving your head a little bit just to feel proprioception from the ears down to the feet. Again, you can be barefoot. I want to remind you this. I'm just keeping my shoes on so you can see my feet. So you start playing a little bit with, where am I in space? 3 inches below the belly button, pull in and up, okay? Get that connection there. You don't have to really do a million crunches. Standing with amazing posture is core training. Now, here's your challenge. Challenge number 2 is to close your eyes. Once you start closing your eyes and the vibration platform is on, what the heck, let's put it on so I can challenge myself. Okay, default is P4, okay? So I'm going to close my eyes and I'm just going to allow my body to embrace the sway. I've got the mini earthquake under my feet. I'm thinking about abdominals. I'm not worried about any fancy moves here. I just want to feel where am I in space. Taking nice big breaths in and out. That in itself, my friends, is a great way to work your core and practice balance. Now we'll take it up a little notch here. So I'm going to step to the side, okay, and I'm going to stand up and down. I have a little bit of tension in my band. I'm going to do just a few reps. My suggestion to you is about 10 reps on each exercise, okay? So all I want to do is I want to feel my glute. Now, I'm pushing my heel, my right leg against the left. There's nothing underneath. I'm going to point my toes down and flex. Point and flex. Point. That's why I didn't want to do my ankle work. So I knew my ankle worked. Okay? You're going to start feeling fatigue in the platform leg. Take a break. Just rest for a second. So the next thing, I'm going to find my balance. I'm going to take the outside leg out and in. So think about this. Your nose is over your platform knee and you're breathing. Nice and slow out and in. I'm not trying to really power it out and come down. There's a lot of work going on this side of my hip, okay? So the next one I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you from the side, okay? And you might want to stand on your platform like this, okay? Instead of standing horizontal, stand vertical. I'm going to come up, and I'm going to abduct. I'm going to take my leg forward and back. Forward and back. You could have that towel behind your neck and hold on to that. Push forward and back. My pelvis is still. Abs are working. 3, 2, and 1. And down. Okay, so I've got one more thing to do with this leg. Then we'll do the other one. Okay, so you're going to come on up. You're going to find your balance. If you lose it, look at my toes down here. I just find it, okay? Find the floor. So lift up the heel, press into the platform leg, lift the toes. I'm going to come forward, out to the side, back, forward, out to the side, back and around. It's like a semicircle. Breathing in, breathing out. One more in that direction. I want you to do at least 10. This is 5 for me. And I'm going to reverse it. Back and around for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holy moly. I keep the foot on the platform just so the energy moves through that glute and that leg because it really worked hard. Now, we can do that on the other side. I'm not going to. I want to move through a bunch of stuff. I'm going to give you a lot of information today. So hit the pause button, hit now, and then work the other side. You'll do the lifted lower, point and flex, AB duct, and then turn around to do what I'm going to call hip flexion and extension. And then finally, the semicircle in one direction and the semicircle in the other direction, okay? So that's going to be your routine. Maybe you just do that and you don't do anything else for balance that day, okay? I'm going to take this off. So that's using your flex band, okay? Let me find my balance to take this off. There we go. There we go. Practice balance taking your band off. All right. The next thing I like to do, boy, I can feel those hips. I'm standing on my platform. I have that sensation of my glutes firing up because I had the band around my knees. I'm going to step back and step forward. You're going to see my platform ankle is going to lift. I'm going to use my toe heel to find the back of the platform. I'm going to heel toe to find the front of the platform. Toe heel, toe heel. This is going to help you for steps so you don't have to hold on to the rail. I just kind of caught a little imbalance here. But I don't want you to have to worry about holding on to steps because you're going to lose your balance. Step up and land. Step up and land. Switching legs. Make sense? Okay, so I start centered. I'm going to step toe heel, up, toe heel, up, toe heel, up, toe heel. Pushing off, rolling through my ankle. Super important for walking, for anything really, that you have that mobility. Lifting the chest up, eyes are forward. I don't need to look down at the ground. It's there. It hasn't moved. Okay? And back. So that's a nice one to work to kind of get those ankles and hips moved. All right. From here, we're going to go into what I call the tandem. Now, you can do this on your Aeroflex. You could do it actually on your flex pad or your your Pacer Mini. So you just want to being on the platform, holy smokes, heel toe, right? I'm just going to keep looking forward, and that back leg's working like crazy. So just standing like this. So all I'm doing, I'm standing one foot in front of the other, is very challenging on the ground. Put yourself on the platform or even that elevated, the FlexFit Pro, right? It's not moving. I'm not using the pad for walking, but I'm going to be in heel toe, and then I'm going to start looking to the left, looking up, looking to the right. I might take one arm up, the other arm up. I create some movement, and I'm going to be working all my core muscles to keep me from falling over. Do that to the platform. Let me change my leg. I'll put my left foot back, my right foot forward. I'm going to find my center line and think this up. Here's a good visual for you. Hot air balloon. There's a belt around your rib cage, and the hot air balloon is rising you up off the platform, so you're getting lengthen up. Now that I'm there, I'm going to add my arms. I'm going to open. I'm going to go diagonal. I might slowly turn and look to you guys. I might look up slowly. I'm going to look the other direction. I might just look down, eyes looking down to the floor. So challenge yourself just by standing here. My knees are softly bent and my feet are in line. And you're going to feel an amazing experience of challenged balance there, okay? Okay, so I did feet side by side. We did step ups, abduct, flex it, extend, and circles. Did the tandem, and then with the movement. So next, I'm going to go into using the Life Pro mini stability ball, which comes with the Horizon Balance Trainer. So I'm going to step on my platform, and I'm going to bring the ball between my knees, heels together and toes apart. So first thing we want to do is do a posture check. Your shoulders, hips. Put hands on hips if you like. Or, my favorite, guys, if you don't know by now, I love putting my hands behind my head. It puts more weight in the upper body. And I'm just going to do little plies where I squeeze and release. Now, this is just for my inner thighs to turn on, but I want to feel how I'm pulling belly button in and up. I can feel glute engagement and breath. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and it's a lot easier without shoes on. I'm going to lift my heels. It's a little lift and lower. I'm going to squeeze that ball to lift my heels and lower and down. Make sure you're not coming too far forward. It's lifting up. Even though on my toes, I want the head back. Okay, so get that feeling of lifting and lowering. Squeezing into the ball is going to help you a lot. There's so many core muscles working, abdominal muscles, transverse abdominis muscles working here. So the ball gives me a sense of what needs to happen to balance, okay? Get rid of the ball. It was just for a sensation of a proprioception there. Now, I'm going to squat, squeeze. I'm going to lift my heels and lower. Squat and lift and lower. And again, I could probably hold my heels up a little longer and higher, thinking about thigh bones squeezing into the ball, and I could start adding movement. I can start adding arms forward. I'm still on my heels. I know you can't see it, but I'm still on my toes. I can keep my heels lifted and add a plie and down. So I'm working a lot all the way up in a plie. Okay, so plie with the stability ball. Again, give yourself about 10 reps, whether it's just the plie, whether it's the lift and lower, without the ball, the lift up and hold, and then arm movements, and go through some variations. Okay, so probably the most challenging of all things is when we start really working in different planes. We have the sagittal plane that cuts us in half. So what I'm going to do, standing on my platform, and I'll just do it from the side here so you can see it. This is going to be a lot more challenging, okay? I'm going to go ahead, bend the knees. I'm going to bring my leg forward as I lean back, and then I'm going to come upright. Again, I bend the knees. I straighten out my front leg. I'm going to let the leg lift as my head goes back. Woo, okay? Do that just 3 to 5 times. I don't need a lot. Take your time with it. Okay, here's a third time. Bend. Abs are pulled in, head is back. I straighten out my front leg. I'm pressing my heel into the platform to get some stability. I lift the leg off. And I can even add my arms here too if I want. And then come back down. Okay? So that's one of our planes. Now a little different, a little more challenging. Well, let's face it, they're all challenging. But I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to bring my foot back. So my foot's against the platform. Now, I don't want my head to go. I want my whole hip hinge. So as my head goes forward, my leg goes back, head lifts to the sky, and leg comes forward. I'm going to take it back and then forward. Okay? You can add arms to this too, so my arms go back. I want to feel like a long line of energy. Challenge yourself by bringing your arms forward. Woo! And then reach up. Okay, so play with that. Okay, have some fun with it. Now, that was my sagittal plane. My frontal plane is this way, okay, across my body. So all I'm going to do is hands on hips, take my leg off and swing it across, or not. I just lost it. That's okay. Out and across, out and across. Get used to that feeling, out and across. If you're feeling pretty good with that, we're going to bend both knees. I'm shifting to my left, taking the leg to the right, my arms to the right, and there's my frontal plane. And I bring myself in. Bend the knees first. Shift to your supporting leg. Other leg goes out, arms go out, and then I lean over. Ooh, almost lost it. But you find it. That's what practicing balance is, catching yourself. One more time. Boy, I'm sure using my left hip a lot. I don't know why. Okay, bend. Take the leg out. Hold on to the platform. Arms go out. And then start lifting. And find focus on this one. You don't really need to move your head around a lot. Let's see if you can hold it for 3, 2, and 1. And in. And shake it out. Okay, so the last plane, I did sagittal, frontal, is the transverse plane, kind of diagonal. Think transverse, X. So what I want to do, it's really about like crossing my body, crossing over and back. So you can do a little swinging. See, I'm trying to catch myself here. No, don't catch yourself. Catch your balance. So I'm just going to do a little swinging first. Just swing it forward and back. Oh, platform's off. Maybe a good idea for this one. All right, I got it on manual on about 29 on my waiver. So I always start with my knees bent, okay? I'm going to start leaning to a diagonal and reaching out the other way. Both arms are going to reach to a diagonal, and I'm going to pull myself back in. So again, I'm thinking X. Let's try the other way. Bend the knees. I'm going to start leaning the opposite way on a diagonal here, and reach and back. So there's my transverse plane. Okay, knees bent. Start reaching on an angle. Think of it half of an X. Head is up, chest is up, and I come back. And one more time. Knees bent. Shift. Leg goes back behind you. Arms go in front. There's the diagonal line I'm looking for. Add the other arm to it, and back in. Whew, okay, now, any of this stuff, you can add a weight to. You can add a 5-pound weight. You can add the kettlebell real light. You can challenge with more weight. But first, think about your head. It's 6 to 8 pounds. That's weight enough to keep centered. When you feel confident about all of these moves, throw some weight into it because you can really have some fun lifting a weight and lifting a leg, right? Kicking back with the weight and forward. You can have a lot of fun with it. I'm going to shut my platform off. And I got to tell you, it's quite a workout. It's not your typical do your abs, do your planks. It is really about finding all the stabilizers. And our Life Pro products, the Horizon Balance Trainer, the platforms, our Squat Wedge Pros, our Aeroflex, any of the walking pads. You can do any of these moves quite simply. Even though they look simple, they're hard, but you can practice them. And I want to challenge you all. It is May 15th in the next 2 weeks, play this video every day. Find a part of it and play on it. Play with some moves that I've given to you for a couple minutes every day, and notice the difference in 2 weeks. How you're going to feel more confident, so that when you have to pick your leg up and you have to reach for something, or you're going to do that hip hinge that my client's doctor suggested to do, you're not going to freak out because you can handle it, because you've got the stability. You got the power. You got what it takes. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this training. I see people viewing, but I can't tell who's really on here because of our technology, but I will answer any questions that you may have. Please, please, please know that I'm always available. Also, make sure you catch a few things here. If you are a Life Pro VIP, we have, where is this? All these videos. There's a library, over 200 videos. I just updated it. And also, the month of May, I'm giving away the Relax and Recharge routine. If you're a person that is looking for balance in your life besides physically, you're looking for more health balances of sleep, recharge, and rest. It's such an important part between diet, exercise, nutrition, water, breath. It's to rest, recharge, and rejuvenate. And this guide will help you. I'll put the link in the chat. And finally, I've been trying to get online to do an infinity training, the infinity home gym. That's coming your way. I promise you, coming that way. Oh yeah, I want to tell you that. Every Friday around 10:30 or so, I'm on Amazon Live. So if you don't know this, Life Pro has we live stream on Amazon. So if you type in live stream, you'll see a box there. You click on it and you can search for us, search for Life Pro. I'll be on every week. I bring my husband in. I have him play around with stuff. Maybe I'll have him do some balance with some of the toys. I call them toys. They're not toys. Some amazing Life Pro products. Okay, guys, I hope to see you Friday. If not, I'll see you next Wednesday. Same time, same channel. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you for allowing me to be of service to you. Bye for now.